Ever since The Last Guardian was announced, I wanted to review Shadow of the Colossus. I told myself I'd review it soon and launch my channel called Retroversy, way back when I did a shitty Let's Play series called Unfriendly Fire with one of my friends. That soon turned to, I'll launch a channel later after some studies. Which again turned to, well shit, I gotta launch the channel sometime, right? Might as well review the Earthbound games. And so I did. Yay. In the end, I told myself I'd review Shadow of the Colossus when The Last Guardian finally released. But as I'm on my little holiday here in Mexico, I find it in store shelves. Turns out it released like a fart in the wind, completely under the radar. At least my radar. So, just as unceremoniously as The Last Guardian came out, here are my thoughts on Shadow of the Colossus. Truth be told, I didn't really like this game when it first came out. I mentioned earlier that I wanted to launch my channel with a review of this game, and that review was set to be a really negative review. In fact, that's where the name Retroversy comes from. A review of a retro game, well, it's 12 years old now, Happy New Year's by the way, woo, that I was sure was going to spark some controversy. Get it? Retro, controversy, Retroversy! Anyway. For those of you who are uninitiated, you play as, someone who has to save your dead, someone? By taking orders from, a god named Dormin? Look, this game isn't one for exposition, alright? Get off my back. Ugh. It seems your name is Wonder, which, let's be real, is a silly name. It's like naming someone Travel, but that's what you get when the developers aren't fluent in English, I suppose. Anyway, Doormat here explains that if you kill the 16 colossi in the world, he or she or both, there's clearly a male and a female voice. Anyway, they'll grant you your wish of reviving your, girlfriend? Sister? Sister girlfriend? Nah, keep that shit in Game of Thrones, yo. Before you go on your little adventure, you're warned that you may have to pay a big price if you want to have your wish granted. We talking money here? Cause I'm loaded, yo. I have a YouTube channel, do you know how much that pays? Aw, maybe someday. Anyway, you and your horse, Agro, set out to take on these colossi. Before you lay a vast world, and you need to traverse it to find these colossi. Better get going. Alright, let me get on my horse. How do I... triangle to jump? What? When is triangle ever jump? I guess it kinda looks like an up arrow, so it kinda makes sense? Bah, whatever, I did it. Let's go! First one is easy to find. Just pretty much a straight path and some light climbing. Neat. Let's ignore for a moment the fact that I couldn't even get up the first wall in 3 times. I noticed that we don't meet anything on the way here. But I suppose that's just because they wanted to make you focus on the Colossus that stands before you. And guess what? It lives up to its name. That's a huge bitch. As you're dodging the giant, you notice that it's got a really friggin' fuzzy leg. It calls to me. Must touch the fuzz. So you climb onto it and you start stabbing a big sigil. You know, just what everyone would do. As it falls, you can now climb up its butt. Ah yes, get deep in the butt crack. Yes. And that's when the awesome music starts. Woo! After you kill it, it falls over and some dark tentacle looking things come out and, penetrates you. Damn it, Japan. Couldn't leave the tentacles alone, could you? You make me sick. No, really, I just got pneumonia, send help. The tentacles must have slipped you some rohypnol as well, because you're apparently in the middle of the temple you started at with a gosh dang creep looking down on you sleeping. Ugh, gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't even want to think about what happened while the screen went dark. Reminds me of that O-Power dude from Pokemon X and Y. Yeesh. Anyway, a moment later, you wake up like nothing ever happened, and Domo-kun gives you a clue to where you can find the next slumbering beast. Yeah, dude, thanks. Do you always speak in goddamn riddles? Do you think he does that to everyone who wants to do something for him? Yo, Dormammu, do you want a cup of coffee?
Thy bitter watery substance is thine as much as I covet it, thou vacuous being.
What?
Just give me the coffee, you idiot.
And that's pretty much the game. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor to...
Come on, really? That's it?
Okay, fine, I'll elaborate. This is the formula that permeates the game. You get a clue, you travel to where the Colossus is thanks to your magical glowing sword, which is a much better help than whatever bullcrap Donut here says, and you kill said Colossus. It's actually very simple in structure, especially when you take into account that the world is completely devoid of enemies other than the Colossi. That's it. There's literally only 16 combat scenarios in the entire game, 16 enemies. And this is kind of what I didn't like about the game when I first played it. It felt emptier than a student's fridge. But truth be told, as I turned the game on to play it again for the footage, I enjoyed it a lot more. It no longer felt that empty. Or, well, it did, but it didn't feel like a bad thing. It felt like the kind of loneliness you feel while playing Metroid or Dark Souls or something. The good kind of loneliness. Your only other interactions in the game are these lizards that are around, and every now and then, there's one with a white tail. Kill these and collect the tail and your grip becomes stronger, meaning that you can hold on longer without falling. Huh? What's that? Why a lizard tail makes your grip stronger? It's magic, bitch, I ain't gotta explain shit. Anyway, yeah, this is the good kind of loneliness. The travel time between each Colossi kind of acted like some sort of puzzle in and of itself, and it also helped build up your expectations of how the fights would be. Take the third Colossus for example. You're told that it's on some sort of platform that's raised. Alright, cool. So you travel there, and when you get to the right place, you see that there's this huge platform sticking out of the water. As you run up the side to get to the top, it really sets the scene. The scale just feels ginormous. And that's even before you even get on top. Once you actually do get to the top, you get a sense of just how big the platform is. And then comes the Colossus. It still blows my mind whenever I see this guy because he's so huge that he makes the previously ginormous platform seem small. How the fuck is that even possible? The scale is just insane on some of these things. I just adore it, and the fights themselves are pretty cool as well. Each Colossi is a puzzle you have to figure out, and they're all really varied and interesting. I suppose they'd have to be varied in order to justify just those 16 scenarios, but it does it really well, honestly. The first time I played, I was a bit disappointed that there were about 3 Colossi that looked almost the same. But when you get down to it, the way you fight them is very different, so it's a-okay in my book. Plus, even though there were a few smaller Colossi, there are so many of them who just exploded my brain with their scale. Some are even in the air while they try to shake you off. The feeling is goddamn epic to say the least, hanging on by just a thread while finally managing to deliver that unsettling slow-mo final blow. Seriously, that slow-mo blow gives you just enough time to think, oh shit, what have I done? And that's just it. This is where Shadow of the Colossus shines. Each of the beasts seems so peaceful when you don't provoke them. Honestly, they kind of act like animals. They will leave you alone if you leave them alone. But that ain't the name of the game, honey. This ain't the stay away from the Colossus and have a wank or something. Nah, man, this is a seek out and stab the Colossi multiple times to the face, you monster. Can't you read? See, I could go on and on in depth about each Colossus and how to beat them, but I won't. It is a fantastic journey that I really recommend you set out on, if you haven't already. The animations in the game are excellent. Well, as long as you ignore fucking John Cleese here with his silly walk cycle. Each Colossus has a real sense of weight to them in the animation, and it really sells them on how large and realistic they are, even in this weird fantasy setting with glowing sword and divine interventions. One of the stranger things about the game is how much of it was lost to me the first time I played it. In fact, it was due to me looking at the trophies on my 4th playthrough that I found out that there's fruit hanging in the trees that increase your life bar. I legitimately did not know this. Or that you can hang on to a fish in the water? What? Or that you can hang on to birds like this. Well, oh, wait, hold on. Wait, ow. Let's see. Ooh, ow. Okay, let's try one more time. All right, there we go. Come on. Yep, we can do it. We can do it. All right, just a little bit. Oh no, oh no, oh no. All right, but it says that I need to do this for 30 seconds or more, so let's try one more time. There we go. Yup. Okay. Looks like this isn't enough, but no, wait, maybe. Maybe the hawk will... No, we're gonna hit the ground. Oh, wow. Oh shit, we're still hanging on. Maybe, oh, the water. Shit. What am I doing? Ooh. That can't be good. Oh no. Oh man. I wonder if that counted. Jeez. Oh well. It counted. It fucking counted. That's so stupid, but you know what? I'll take it. Oh, wow. But it's so strange. You know, I said earlier that the game felt empty? Well, with this newfound knowledge, it feels like there's way too much to do if you want to go for a completionist ending. There's even a trophy for climbing the main temple. Well, as you can see, I still need to get more stamina, but you can get up there. It only takes about 4 fucking playthroughs to get there. Ugh. There are even upgrades you can get, which again, I had no idea you could before now. It's these kinds of things that make me realize the game isn't as barren and boring as I originally thought. Some people call this game a work of art. For some reason, that's always sounded a bit wrong to me. I can't explain it, but calling this game a work of art kind of feels like it's diminishing the game's own merits in a way. I think it's because whenever I hear it's an artsy game, I feel like the game just isn't good enough to stand on its own without being said it's art, as some kind of excuse of why you just don't get it. But I think I actually do get it. It's most likely because the game is so minimalistic. I mean, the landscapes are huge and contain nary a thing in them. The controls, while weird, are still simple enough to understand and work with. You don't have any fancy combos. You have a bow that can shoot arrows and a sword you can stab it with. And that's it. But there's more than just the landscapes and the controls that are minimalistic. The story is just as minimalistic as the rest of the game. You're given just enough info with the beginning and the ending, which I won't spoil, to start understanding it, but leaving enough out to let you think for yourself. You can discuss what it means for hours if you want, and I think these things are what makes it called art, the minimalism. It actually permeates the entire game. The music is also very minimalistic, only being there when specific things happen, like you're about to take on a Colossus. Other than that, it's very, very somber if it's there at all. The only part which isn't exactly minimalistic are the graphics, because holy Pope with a hockey puck, this game is excessive in its bloom usage. Oh, you thought 3D Game Heroes was the brightest game ever? Think again. Shadow of the Colossus has you bleeding from the eyes. Look at this. Why is this rock just plain goddamn white? It must be noted that this is the PS3 version, and I cannot remember if there was a problem in the PS2 version. The reason I play the PS3 version is that I prefer the HD remaster. This game looks super pretty. Look at them graphics. In any case, the important takeaway is that this specific work of art is absolutely worth your time. It won't change your life or anything, but you're very likely going to adore it, as I do now. I think the biggest thing working against this game is exactly its reputation. Wikipedia states this as one of the greatest games of all time, and I just don't feel it. I mean, it's a good game for sure, but I think that calling it the pinnacle of art in gaming and one of the best games of all time is stretching it just a bit. Don't go into it with high expectations, and you're probably going to like it a lot more than I initially did. Fun fact, this is one of the first games my lovely artist and fiancé played on her own, so it's super easy to recommend to both newbies and experienced players. In fact, why don't we ask her right now what she thinks?
Get the shit away from me.
Yeah, so there you have it, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and Happy New Year, for real. I'm trying to change the format just a little bit. I'm trying to focus a bit more on being funny, as I love spreading laughter. So let me know if it's good or not, and don't be afraid to give pointers. I know it's a bit more raunchy than usual, so let me know if it works. I'd like for Retroversy to be more than just a review show, so I feel there needs to be some kind of incentive to keep you guys coming back to watch these reviews, as just a review on its own, without anything else, feels a bit unnecessary, especially for older games. In any case, Happy New Year, guys, and here's to many new episodes in the coming year. I need help to grow, and you're the guys who can help me do that. Keep the feedback coming, and enjoy the new year.